Hey guys, welcome back to another Thursday Thought. This week we're looking at Mark chapters 14 and 15. There's a lot of stuff going on there. Jesus is betrayed, he's arrested, he's got this trial before the leaders, and then he's crucified. And I'm going to focus on just one small piece of that, but first I want to ask you a question. Have you ever been accused of something that you didn't do? Right? We probably all have, right? Something that we didn't do. Really, what about things that you did do? What's our first response? What's our first tendency? Is to defend ourselves, right? Even if we did do it, we want to justify it, we want to excuse it, we want to minimize it. If we didn't do it, we want to make sure that everybody knows that we didn't do it. That we have to defend ourselves. We have to make sure that everybody knows the truth. We want to set the record straight, right? But in Mark chapter 14, Jesus is on trial before the high priest and then before Pilate, and he remains mostly silent. In verse 61, it says, "But he remained silent and made no answer." Why? Why wouldn't Jesus speak when these false witnesses are twisting his words? When the most unjust trial in history, because he's the only person who never did anything wrong, and yet he's on trial and being accused of things, right? It's the most unjust trial, and yet he remains mostly silent. Now, it's easy to maybe think that silence in that kind of a situation is weakness, or it's letting them win, right? But it's not weakness in Jesus' case. It's strength. Jesus is showing his strength. He's showing his confidence in his Father. He's showing faith in God's plan. And actually, he's fulfilling a prophecy in Isaiah 53:7. It says that he was oppressed and afflicted, yet he did not open his mouth, like a lamb that is led to slaughter. In that moment, Jesus shows us what true confidence in the Father looks like. He doesn't need to win the argument. He doesn't need to proclaim his innocence, because he's entrusting himself to God's justice and not human opinion or human justice. We often think that strength means having the last word, but Jesus shows us a different kind of strength, the strength to be still, to trust, to let the truth speak in God's time. His silence isn't empty. It's actually full of faith. When we are misunderstood or misrepresented or falsely accused, our instinct is to defend or to react or to try to fix the situation. But maybe it's actually an invitation to pause, to let God be our defender. And so this week, what would it look like for you to practice the strength of silence? Maybe it's not responding or lashing out in a conversation where maybe you're being accused of something, or where you think that the truth just needs to be revealed. Maybe we need to step back and be silent. Maybe it's praying before posting. Just imagine with me what social media could look like if people would pray before they post. There's just so many responses and knee-jerk reactions, and everyone's wanting to jump to conclusions and do all these things. And maybe we just need to pause and we need to pray. We need to give it over to God and see if we should even be posting it all in the first place. And maybe it's choosing peace over proving a point. I have an innate desire to be right, to win arguments. It's deep inside me. I don't know why. It's there. I want to win arguments. I want to be right. I want to defend myself. And maybe we need to choose not to do that sometimes. When Jesus stayed silent, he wasn't losing control. He was showing complete surrender to his Father's will. And so here's the thought to carry with you. Sometimes silence isn't weakness. It can actually be worship. May we trust God enough this week to be still when he calls us to be silent and to let his justice speak for us. So that's the thought this week. See how you can apply that in your life today, tomorrow, the rest of this week. Love God, love others, serve generously. We'll see you next time.